everyone, welcome to my Summer Fruits and Watercolor series. If you're new here, my name is Emily Winslow and I love to spread the joy of watercolor to others. In this series, I'll be releasing a new YouTube video every Tuesday and Friday of the month of July, and in each of those videos, I'll be teaching you how to paint a different summer fruit with watercolor. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to paint a lemon with watercolor. The only times I ever really eat lemons are in lemonade or maybe a lemon bar, but let me know if you have any other lemon recipes, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you, but let's go ahead and grab our paintbrushes and get started. Let's go over what materials we're going to be using in today's painting. So I like to use two different brushes. I have a size 8 and a size 12. I like to use a pencil to sketch out what we're going to paint. And then of course we have our water and paper and a Praying Oval 16 watercolor kit, which you can find on Amazon. It's very reasonably priced. I have all these materials linked on my Amazon storefront. You can find that in my description. So let's go ahead and start with the sketch. I already did this painting, so I have it here for us both to reference. So I like to try to, make this sketch as easy as possible to follow. So we are going to start here with this circle. So let's go ahead and just start to sketch out that circle. I like my paintings to, take up most of the space on the paper. So we want it to take up as much space as we can. I'm going to be painting on a 5x5 piece of paper, but you can do this on any size you would like. Okay, so once we have a circle, I'm going to find that middle point here and just kind of make another little circle. And then just make a few little lines here for our lemon. And see how on our lemon, we're going to want to have an outer yellow part, a white, and then back to yellow. So I'm going to make sure that I have those sketched out so we are able to leave part of it white. So let's go ahead and make one inner circle here. And we're going to do the same thing and make a second inner circle. It's important to take time on your sketch. So if you need to pause this video, you are welcome to do so. I've definitely gotten to parts of my paintings where I didn't take that time to sketch it out properly. Like I need to leave something white and went over it with color. So definitely important to do the sketch if you need. Okay, and then once we have our circle, let's go ahead and do this larger lemon. So I want the biggest part of the lemon to probably go up to this corner here. So we want to make a little semicircle, and I want the lemon to go to its point right about here. So I'm just gonna connect that to our semicircle. And we're gonna bring it down. And I want our other point to come right about here. You can, erase lines if you need, if you made a mistake, or my pencil actually doesn't have an eraser, which is not very handy. So I have a second pencil that has the eraser, but this one's out of lead, and so I have two pencils. I need to get more supplies here, as you can see. So once we have this sketch, I'm actually going to sketch out a few places where we want leaves, and then we can start our painting. So let's go ahead and place some leaves. Again, I like to use space the best as I can in painting, so where I see white spaces, I'm going to probably add leaves there. Let's go ahead and place one here, and maybe a little one here, so maybe a set of 3, and then let's place a few leaves in this corner. A few here. And lastly, I think I'm just going to place a few more in this lower corner. So you can place them wherever you need, wherever you see white space that you think might need filled. Okay, so then once we have our sketch, we can start our painting. I'm going to take my bigger brush here and we're going to start light. So I'm going to take our white and a yellow. Make a very, very light yellow. So white and yellow. And we're just going to go over, I'm going to start with this circle down here. Let's go ahead and just go over the whole thing in this very light color. Again, I always say this, but I think it's so important to start light and work up our shadows from there, especially with watercolor, where it might be a little difficult to take away paint. So once we have our base color, let's start adding in more colors. I'm going to take yellow again, but this time I think I want to add maybe a little orange. I don't want it to be too yellow. Be a little brown even. Let's go ahead and start adding that in. I'm going to keep it around our outer circle here. I just think it's so important where you place your highlights in a painting and your shadows. I think that really brings it to life. So I want this middle part to remain pretty light. I'm going to start adding in some of those lines up to the center here. I don't want to be too exact or too sharp with these lines. I want it to stay pretty loose. Okay, so now I'm going to take my smaller brush here and I'm just going to take some more shadows. So let's do blue, maybe some brown, a little bit too much brown for me. Take back some of that yellow. I just mix colors a lot until I find something that I like. So feel free to just take your time on this and mix colors as long as you need. Your color palette can be your own and you can follow what I'm doing, or you can make this a more vibrant if you like. I always like to stick with pretty soft colors for my paintings. That's just the style I like, but feel free to do whatever color palette you like. Now I'm just going to add this shadow around our lemon here and go in sporadically with these lines. I don't want to, put them every place where you think they might go, just kind of adding them in wherever you see fit. I'm just going to take a few here. And now I'm going to go and see how we have like a brownish color for this middle. I'm going to take brown and orange, put a yellow, get this darker color, and I'm going to place that here in the middle. And I'm just going to leave some space in the center of this and go make some lines out towards the outer circle. If that makes sense. And then I'll just take this darker yellow and I'm just going to add a bit more color to the lemon. I'm just going to take that on the outside here. And you can just play around with this as long as you need. Let me know if you have any favorite lemon recipes that you follow. I made these really good lemon blueberry muffins. I haven't made them in a long time. Should do that again. But I don't cook a lot with lemon. Do more baked things with lemon. I've made lemon bars before. Those were also really good. But feel free to share some recipes in the comments if you have any. Okay, I think this looks good. I'm just gonna add a little bit more to the side. Feel free to go back if you see that anything needs to be added. And once you're finished with this middle part, I'm gonna hold off on doing this outer yellow until we finish our bigger lemon. So I'm just gonna, again, go over with a light yellow color that we mixed with white and our yellow. Once you have that, go over the whole lemon here. I always find it so satisfying to do the base part of a painting. Like, I love just spreading color all around, and then I like to add those colors to like blend really well on top. Okay, and then let's take our yellow and orange. I'm just gonna mix up a little bit of a darker color here. And I'm gonna take that down here at the base of our lemon and all around our smaller lemon and back to the top. So again, I'm trying to be a little strategic where we place these shadows. I don't want to go over the entire lemon with it. We want to make sure that we leave space for the highlight. I'm gonna make this smoother by adding water, blending it, and then I'm just gonna take more color here, top. I want the highlight to be right in the center of this lemon. Looks like a light is shining on it. And then I want to add some more color in here. So I'm gonna take some blue, purple, and I'm just gonna add that in here at the, going around our circle. And I'm just gonna take that around our lemon here. I think that blue shadow really adds more depth to our painting. You wouldn't expect blue to be used on a lemon, or at least sometimes I'm like, oh, why would you use blue? But I think it really just adds to the color variation here. And I'm just I want to add some more just vibrant yellow. So I'm just gonna take our yellow, and I want it to be a warmer yellow. So I'm just gonna take yellow and orange and just add a little bit more of that on top of these shadows. And again, you can just keep playing around, blending the colors and spreading them out with water as long as you need. Sometimes I spend a little more time on certain areas that I need, but I always have a hard time finding a stopping point because I always see the need for a different color. I'm just gonna do one more thing with this big lemon, and that is to, again, take our shadow with blue and maybe more black. I want this to be even darker. So once you have your dark shadow color, again, I'm just gonna exaggerate this area by our circle. And up here, I want to exaggerate the areas by, I don't know what it's called. I'm calling them the points of the lemon, but I'm sure it has an actual name that I am not thinking of. So once you have that, go ahead and just extend the lines out. I want this darker line to be maybe a little more blended, so I'm just taking water and adding that around this line here. Blend it more. Perfect. So now that we have that, I'm gonna finish our smaller lemon by adding that outer yellow color. I'm just gonna take our yellow here and add that in. Going on the out part of this lemon, and then we'll add a very light color for that inside part. Grab more color if you need. And just careful not to blend it with the blue that we just added in the bigger lemon. If you need to wait, feel free to do that. And I'm just going to, again, take our darker color and add a little bit more shadow to the bottom of our circle. Always love to add shadows. I think it really just completes our painting, helps it not look so flat. I think it always makes paintings look so realistic when you add the shadows. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and mix up a really, really light color. Like, I'm just gonna take the white basically and not really add any color to it because our brush already has a little bit of color on it. And I just want to add that a little bit to the center so it's not completely white, but for the most part, it's still very light. Perfect. And then we're going to do the leaves and our shadow, and we'll be all done with this painting. For the next video, I'm going to do peaches. So stay tuned for that. I'd love if you join me for another video. I'm just taking green, added brown, but I added a little too much brown. So let's take green, orange, and white. You can see my palette just starts to get so messy. I always clean it after I paint, but I'm very chaotic with the colors that I use. So go ahead and add in your green. I think leaves are very fun to paint with watercolor. They're just so easy. Just press down your brush and they form pretty easily. Not much work needs to be done here. Go ahead and make the bottom leaves. And our stems. I think that the leaves just really complete the painting. I think it would look a little bit bare without them. I'm just going to add a little bit of a darker green here. So just mixing some green and black. And I'm just going to add that here at the base of each leaf. Oh, it's a little too dark. Go ahead and just add that in lightly. Adds a good shadow. And once we have these done, I'm just going to add in a very light shadow to the bottom of our painting. You need to go back and blend out the leaves with the water. Feel free to do that. I'm just going to take my white. Got some green on it, so if you need to clean off your paint a little bit, you can do that. I'm going to take white and blue here and form a really light color. I'm just going to go right under the lemon here and make it look like it's just sitting on a surface. So it doesn't need to be too exact. I just want to add a little bit of color underneath our lemon. And go ahead and take a darker color. So I'm going to take my black and blue. Do a little bit of purple. Always accidentally grab a little bit too much black. So you can just wash off your brush if you need to. A better color. And then let's just add that in under our lemon. Give it more of a dramatic shadow. And I just want to blend that out a little bit. And we are all done with this lemon. I hope you join me for my next painting. I hope you all enjoyed this video and learned a little bit more about how to paint a lemon with watercolor. If you did do this video, I'd love if you posted to your story on social media, and you can go ahead and tag me at Watercolor with Emily. I'd love to see your work. In our next video, I'm going to be showing you how to paint peaches with watercolor. So go ahead and like this video and subscribe to stay tuned for those next videos. And as always, you can find me on social media at Watercolor with Emily or at my website, watercolorwithemily.com. Until we paint again next time.